to legally kill somebody. If you're defending yourself, you're already legally killing them. So
Yeah,
why would you need to take steps to plan?
yeah, it's a little strange. Now,
Right?
this was you.
That's
This
what
is
I keep thinking. I mean, yeah.
so. You by
And
2015,
it's constant.
you did you know that he had already had physical confrontations with other neighbors?
I found out in March because, see, he got in his fight with Mark Hayes February of 2014. And it was about a month after that, he came to my cabin and he told me about the fight. But I didn't know about the confrontations with the other neighbors. None of us did because they happened out in the back 40. And, you know, these people up there, if they have a brush with somebody, they'll just try to move on. So you don't really hear about it unless you assault 4 or 5 neighbors, and you start hearing about it. You know what I mean? You're going to have to really do something to really hear about it. And so it wasn't until I made friends with Mark Hayes that I started to learn about the other incidences that weren't involving him, that were involving the other neighbors. And, you know, a lot of these people, they've owned their property for 20 years. He moves in on top of them. He was the city guy that moved in on top of the country folk and went to terrorizing this community. And I don't get it. I just don't understand. I don't get it. At any time, they could have went in there and asked those neighbors and had gathered statements from I don't know how many people concerning him threatening people, assaulting people, pulling guns on people. I begged the sheriff's department twice, only twice, to do it. Once in January of 2018 and once in August of 2018. Mark Allen himself called the sheriff's department multiple times and said under oath multiple times that he had begged Bob Songers to get involved before he was going to have to do something back to us.
And those who are listening,
he says that.
Mark is free currently, right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
don't think a lot of people realize that this man that murdered somebody in cold blood right in front of her is still a free man right now.
Yes.
So I have a few questions about that, if you don't mind me just interjecting real quick. What is the excuse? Is it a stand your ground law? Is it something like that they're using as a defense to get away? That his lawyers are using as a way to get away with murder? Like, what do you think's going on?
I have been told that the video that I took on the scene cleared Mark. They say I have been told that my video shows Roger committing a felony assault. And I have been told that Roger was choking Mark and he had no choice but to, defend himself. That's what I've been told. The sheriff's department does not want to talk to me.
Is there any relationship between Mark and people at the sheriff's department? Is there a reason why he would have strings being pulled over there? And is that something you can answer? And if you can't, I understand.
If I knew that answer, I might understand more of why things have happened the way they've happened. I wish I knew that. I don't believe that there are. I believe that he is just a master manipulator. And I believe that because when I got to know Mark and Kelly Hayes and then found out about what happened with some of the other neighbors and then what I started to see firsthand, I had come to realize that I had let him play me a little too far. And then I watched him just escalate it worse. And so this is hard for me to say. This is something that has been really difficult for me to deal with. I have had to come to terms with the fact that he used my gender to target me by claiming I was this drama queen that was overreacting, that was making this big deal, you know, or whatever about his gun. Well, no, it wasn't his gun. It was his behavior I was concerned about. A gun is a tool, just like a car. You know, it's a tool. It's your behavior that makes you dangerous, not your tool. A tool can be used for good or bad, almost any tool.
Yep.
It's all in the person that holds it. So I'm, you know, like, he's got problems. It's just not right.
So, is there no chance at this point could he get recharged with anything, or is he in the
He was never charged.
he was never charged at all? So those
No,
so
no, they
those
never
interview
charged him.
videos that
They
we
didn't investigate. That's the only interviews they did.
and
They took a little audio from me on the scene, and when I tried to show them what happened, to walk them through, they literally said, no, we got to wrap this scene up, and hauled me off the scene and hauled me away.
yeah,
They did. And
I watched some of those videos, and being someone that I know more now talking to you and things like that, I got the vibe of sleazeball, lying sleazeball, and I don't know how officers sitting there unless he had some type of tie to them, like, or is it just money that he has? Like, it's.
he
I'm
has no
very
money.
very sorry. I'm very very sorry.
The part that concerns me is that he was like, she was a drama queen. A drama queen. I was making a big deal of him threatening, you know, this gun thing. Well, no, I was getting upset because he was endangering my community. He's running up and down the road. He ran a 12-year-old girl off the road on her fucking four-wheeler. Are you kidding me? In what fucking county is that acceptable? Because it's acceptable in Clickitat County. Just go ask the girl. She's still alive, thank God. After he's ran her off the road in the vehicle with her father more than once, and he still has gotten away with it.
Now, what's the reputation of the sheriff's department there? Did you have issues with them before any of this? Have they had a reputation of not caring? I maybe you got some answers for me.
Oh, I do. And so I had a great relationship with the sheriff's department, with the ex-sitting sheriff. I actually had coffee with him a couple times a week, you know, because he would hit coffee shops, talk to people. That's what they're supposed to do, is
A
talk to
good
people.
sheriff does.
Exactly. And kind of, you know more of what's going on. A good sheriff doesn't let people come in and give them lip service and then just believe them. You actually go talk to people. So then everything was fine when he was sheriff. When he left, well, it hasn't been so fun. So I made contact with him in January because I told them that the information that I give the posse deputies, I didn't want released, because the last time somebody gave that same information, Mark Allen went over on their property, he assaulted them, there's a full report, he pulled a gun on them, and there was witnesses, and they never, the problem is that case was never tried because the prosecutor, who is the prosecutor on Roger's case, he didn't want to prosecute that case either.
That's very suspect and weird. It's
So
very.
two sheriffs, same prosecutor, and I still can't get charges on this guy. The neighbors can't get charges on him for anything that he has done to them. Nobody can get them to do anything to him for nothing. No one can figure out why.
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling considering how much it escalated to the point where you guys lost live. And I mean, it's almost one of those things. It's like, where do you turn to next? Has
Who do you call?
is there a way for you to go the FBI route and see?
I
Like,
filed with the FBI, the DOJ, and the FBI, the DOJ, and the AGO in July of 2018 because somebody decided they wanted to use an anonymous texting app to harass my ex-husband. They claimed that I did it. They claimed that they were me and my girlfriends. And then they broke into his house and took this $10,000 that he had offered to me. They never told me. I found out in May of the next year. Well, then I call the sheriff's department. This deputy comes on. He's shitty as hell. And he says to me, nothing's been done to you. So he refused to take my police report. We're not taking it. I'm like, but my identity was, used and is being blind. Nope.